Hi guys, this is a redirect to my reaction to The Legend of Korra Season 3 episodes 1, 2 and 3. This is the start of a new season, the start of like a new arc. These episodes really interesting. There's a couple of things going on. So there's a huge change in Korra's world. The fact that spirits can live in republics, to live in the world. So humans are like trying to adapt to that huge change, but a lot of people are resisting this change because a lot of vines, the forests were like covering all their buildings, their houses, their homes. So Korra was like really trying to clean up the city from the vines covering it up. So a lot of civilians were against this because of that. And Korra, like, she was struggling to like find a way to clean up the city. She couldn't get rid of the vines, she couldn't remove them, and the president was giving her a hard time, blaming her for opening the spirit portals and still and allowing them to be open, and letting these spirits just cover the city with vines. The way he spoke to her though was just it's just a bit ungrateful, considering that she just saved the whole entire world from a massive threat. She just literally saved the world from getting destroyed, and you're giving her such a hard time again. You know, like, I mean, I understand, like, I'd be annoyed if, like, a bunch of vines were, like, covering my house and my city, but still, like, she's trying to fix it, at least, like, give her some more time to, like, try to fix the problem that she just created. That being said, the whole idea of like opening the spirit portals, I thought that was a huge risk to take, one that I did not see coming. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm not saying that I'm against her making that decision and restoring balance that way. But it is a huge change, and not everyone is going to agree to that change. So I feel like she kind of just took it upon took it upon herself to make that change without consulting anybody about it. Of course, Tenzin supported her on it, but like a lot of people against it. And what was really interesting and shocking was the fact that there are 4 prisoners that are being locked up in these secluded places by the White Lotus members, and I thought that was just, wow, they were like so powerful. Zephyr, he managed to like free himself. He's an airbender, like he just managed to like defeat all those White Lotus members that were guarding his prison, and then he managed to free this lava bender, and this is the first time that we saw a lava bender, so I was like really excited about that. I just found that really cool, because it's the first time that we saw a lava bender. And then they freed this female waterbender, and they're now trying to they're on their way to release the other member of their quartet, who happens to be a firebender who has the third eye, according to Zuko. So that's another thing. We saw Zuko, Elder Lord Zuko. Wow, it just makes me like, I don't know if it was mentioned before, but like, how did Aang die? Like, I just feel so bad for Aang that he had such a short life. And then I feel bad for Sokka, like he's dead as well. And I know that Elder Toph is still around, but we still haven't seen Toph in this. But the others, like, it just makes me sad that half of the original cast are dead in this series. It breaks my heart that Aang and Sokka and Iroh as well, like Iroh not being part of the White Lotus anymore because he's dead. But it's now being managed by Zuko, which is pretty cool. It's just another thing, like, who did Zuko marry? Did he marry May? Because like, I read on Wiki that they actually broke up after the original series, so I was a bit disappointed about that. But I mean, I don't know. But yeah, like, it's just yeah, it's so cool seeing Zuko again and him trying to prevent Zephyr and them from releasing the last extremely powerful bender, um, which is why they're imprisoned like in such a secluded, well-guarded area. They're particularly powerful, they're particularly dangerous, and yeah, they're planning to get together and basically go against the Avatar. They want to end the White Lotus and also kill the Avatar. So these are the villains for this season, and it's a whole group this time. It's not just like one main villain. It's an actual group this time. So that's pretty cool. It's nice that we're seeing Zuko in this. I'm wondering if we're going to see Toph in this season as well. Don't tell me, don't spoil me, but yeah. Um, yeah, really cool. And also the whole new airbenders thing that was going on. Wow. I didn't expect like the spirits allowing a bunch of people getting airbending abilities, and airbending specifically. Um, like during the episode, I didn't wonder about that, but now that I think about it, it's airbending that the spirits have given to some people. Um, yeah, like Bumi suddenly having airbending, like obviously, like when it was first shown, I didn't know like how can he all of a sudden have airbending abilities? Because is he just a late bloomer? Because he's like 50 or around 60s or something, so he's very old, and yeah, he's now getting airbending. But then they answered that it was the spirits that gave them these abilities. Um, but I was also wondering that not everyone is going to embrace this element, this change in them. And a lot of people refuse to get training by Tenzin and Korra on airbending, because Tenzin and Korra, they want to recruit airbenders so that they can utilize their abilities more effectively and fulfill their duties as air nomads. Most of them declined going with Tenzin and becoming an air nomad. Like, he was just giving them like, he was convincing them in the most horrible ways. Like, God man, it was like for comedic effect, but like it was just so stupid. The way he was like trying to convince them, like, oh, you'll get a bald head like me, or you'll get tattoos, and like, bruh, that's not how you recruit members. Um, and Korra's way of like trying to like recruit members was not helpful at all either. Trying to like coercely force them to come. Um, no, that's not how you do it. Um, you just need to make it more entertaining, like how Bolin came up with the whole airbender show idea, and then they went to Ba Sing Se to find airbenders using the map that Mako gave to Korra, to track down the airbenders, because they got a lot of reports of people becoming airbenders in a lot of other cities. So they went to Ba Sing Se, but unfortunately the queen was not helping them. The queen is an absolutely entitled bitch. She is an absolute bitch. The way she you know, she doesn't treat her own servants nicely. She shouts at them. She just orders people around all the time. She's very bossy. She's very demanding. She gives them so many rules to abide by, otherwise they'll get in trouble. And not only that, to top it all off, we found out at the very end that she's actually locking up all these airbenders because she wants to experiment on them and basically use them to her advantage, like make an army out of them for her personal gain. So yeah, it's really fucked up. No wonder there are like so many people against the queen. We saw some outlaws that Korra and Asami were fighting against. Meanwhile, Mako and Bolin, they were like trying to track down Kai. Kai is another little brat. So Kai, he wanted to like be the first recruit. He wanted to slyly become the first recruit in the airbending thing, and he lied to them saying that he was an orphan, not like informing them that he's actually an outlaw. But then he got busted that he is an actual outlaw, and he's a thief as well. He pickpocketed the last family that took him in, and he wasn't grateful for that family. But nonetheless, Korra wanted to take him in instead of putting him in jail. I think she still made the right choice, but like I just hope he can change, and you know, you need to discipline this kid. So, but unfortunately he was like pickpocketing a lot of people in Ba Sing Se. He ran away, and yeah, Mako and Bolin were like trying to track him down, but then they came across their uncle, who recognized them as his brother's kids. Then they met their grandma, so like they actually found out a bit more about their dad, and why he left Ba Sing Se all those years ago. A little bit weird that they didn't know that they died a long time ago. Like what? You didn't know? I guess word didn't get out, but after all these years, don't you wonder like what happened to your children? Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting because it's not just one main villain this time. It's literally a quartet of very, very powerful individuals. And the firebender that was in the ice prison, she's got the third eye, so she can literally make things explode. We've got a lava bender as well, airbender, and a waterbender. So it's very interesting. Yeah, so what do you think of these episodes? Let me know and stay tuned for more.